Y'all thought you got rid of us.
We haven't done this in a while. Hi, guys.
It's been a hot minute.
Wait, let me. I think that should be good, right? I don't think I've been. Hi, everybody.
What's up, y'all?
I'm Kat.
I'm Des.
We are two girls, no cup.
Do you see any cups?
No cups.
No cups.
We haven't seen y'all in 2 weeks.
I think it's been a little longer.
3 weeks. We haven't seen y'all in 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, it's been a long time because we've been busy.
Yeah.
And school and work.
Life.
And I hope your days are going well. But yeah, it's hot.
It's so hot.
It's hot. We live in California and specifically LA. I'm not going anywhere further than that. But it's
last time we did, we got in some trouble.
Yeah, it's real hot right now.
It's so hot.
We have the AC on, but
if I'm shiny, I apologize.
I normally don't get hot, but low key it's really hot right now.
I am easily hot and I'm sweating like a little piggy.
Yeah. Well, today we wanted to talk about. We thought it was a good idea to talk about red flags. My chair just broke.
Oh, I love that.
Oh shoot.
You want to take a break?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
My chair just broke. Okay. Yeah, I want to talk about red flags. As you can tell, we have no notes.
Absolutely nothing.
Which low-key kind of, I'm very type A, so I have to plan everything. I don't have notes this time, which is very surprising. And I feel like every episode I've had notes.
Yeah.
And this episode I don't.
I feel like most episodes, right before we start, you're like, where are your notes? And I go,
I can't.
Look
I
here.
can't.
So you write notes for me.
That drives me crazy. Like sometimes when my older brother, he does things. I'm like, bro, where's your notes? Where are your notes? Or like we go somewhere. I'm like, why don't you have anything written down?
Yeah. Where's your itinerary?
Yeah. So me and my family are going to a trip at the end of the year, and I'm planning the whole thing. And it's my first time planning the whole thing. And I have a Google Doc. Oh, I want to show you after. I have a Google Doc, and it literally shows like every single bit of information from that city that we're going to.
I mean, that's good though.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm a little stressed, but it's fun.
I feel like for trips, it's a bit more necessary.
Our friend Faye, she's very type A too.
Yeah, she is.
She does Excel sheets.
She's
more type A than I am.
Yeah.
She does Excel sheets. She does Google Slides. She goes on the calculator app and she just goes, okay, divide, plus, add. I love her. Yeah, she's very
I'm just here.
Yes.
I'm just here.
You're the butter that melts our two cold butters. Yes.
I'm just here.
Yes. So I feel like a lot happened. The last time we were together, we went to the beach.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah. Yeah, we went to the beach.
We went to drop off because my little brother goes to a school a couple hours away from here.
Yeah.
And so we went to drop him off and we went to the beach and yeah, it was a fun day.
Yeah. That was a fun day.
Speaking of red flags, there was this guy. Who was obviously trying to get my number. He ended up getting my number. No, I ended up getting his number, but I never texted him because I wasn't interested in him.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. We actually started spreading Jesus.
Started planting that seed.
Yeah, it was funny because we came in to the beach and we were wearing these huge hats.
We were wearing cowboy hats.
Huge hats, and he comes up to us. And he's like, "Hi, his name is like Matt or something."
Yeah.
And yeah, he was a little forward, which I like forwardness. I love forwardness.
Yeah.
But he was just like creepy forward. Creepy forward.
He was pretty persistent.
Yeah, for me, and I've told you this, I don't like being bothered.
Yeah. I
don't. I really don't like being bothered. Like if we're at the beach together, I don't like being bothered. We were at the beach the next week after that or 2 weeks after that.
Unbothered.
I was so happy we weren't bothered.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
on a new good beach.
Yeah. And then I went to like a night market the other day, and this guy started like talking to me. I'm like, bro, I just wanna. Don't shoot your shot. I just wanna enjoy the music, but yeah. A little forward. No, honestly, okay, it could be a red flag, and it also could be good because sometimes I like forwardness, but I don't like cockiness.
Yeah. See, the guy that came up to us
At
at the beach, he was a little cocky.
Yeah.
At first it didn't start that bad.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay. I mean, we obviously knew, but it didn't start that bad. And then he's like, oh yeah, I mean, I taught the most beautiful girl how to dance.
Yeah, he was like, I
he's
had
like,
the most hottest girl.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. What did he say? He was like, yeah, I get hit on all the time. It's like, okay, shut up.
First of all, he was
Shut
like
up.
40. He's got to be like late 30s, early 40s.
I personally, I say he's at least 40.
Yeah, no, yeah, late 30s, early 40s for me. And he was like, his face was like covered with sunscreen.
It wasn't even like
rubbed in.
It was all white.
Yeah, which was, I mean, like whatever. But I thought it was a little. I just thought it was a little. I was like, you're a little too, cocky.
You know what I wonder? I wonder what his friends thought, because he wasn't there alone. He was there with friends
Yeah,
around the same age. So
Yeah.
I wonder if they were like, dude, why are you trying?
I was kind of being a little observant, and I don't know, like one of the girls smiled at me, and I smiled at her back, obviously, but I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe they're used to him doing that though. That's possible.
But yeah, he was like, I do bachata. Oh yeah, okay. So this is what happened. So we're from a part.
From a story time.
We have we're from a part of like Southern California that has a specific area code, like our area.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, where are you guys from?"
I knew she was trying so hard not to say.
I'm really I get
paranoid. We were just like LA.
For me, I get really paranoid because me and my family, we watch a lot of like people getting kidnapped shit. So I get really paranoid. And so he's like, where are you guys from? And I was like, LA. Because I didn't want to tell him we were visiting. Like we were a couple hours away. Yeah. And I was like, I know people be getting kidnapped if you say you're here on vacation.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're just here for a day.
We were.
We're coming, we were coming back home tonight. I just didn't want to tell him the wrong thing, you know?
Yeah.
And like, okay, perfect. Now's my chance, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm from LA too. What part? And I said our area code. And he was like, oh, I am too. That's crazy.
Proceeds to fist bump.
He was white. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I told him what like city we were in. I was like, okay, whatever. He's harmless.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love white men as much as the next person. You know, I love white men. My fiance's white, okay? But like, he was trying hard.
Yeah, no.
He was trying hard. And it was obvious that he was older, which isn't a problem either. Love old men. But don't try to be young.
No, yeah, he was it was just a little weird. But no, it was so obvious too, because he forgot your name, and then he was like, all right, Kat, and I was like, all right, bro.
I mean, that's fine.
But then this is what happened. So he came back a second time. Yeah. And I was just like, dude, I literally had my David Goggins book, and I was just reading, like at the beach, not wanting to be. I brought her a book, so she wouldn't talk to me. No,
kid you not? I didn't get past the first page. I'm over here trying to learn about finances.
I brought two of I'm reading both the second David Goggins book, and I'm reading this other book called How to Be Rich. Oh, it's so good.
But I couldn't get past the first page because he wouldn't stop talking.
Yeah, he literally would keep coming back.
Yeah.
He would keep coming back. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying. Actually, I got a couple pages in.
I
sort of. I think it's because you were with your music.
Oh yeah, I was. Yeah. I was being DJ.
Yeah.
And also, every time I would stop, I would restart.
Yeah. And so he came back a second time. He brought us cherries. And I was like, first of all, the cherries have pits. So like, I finished my cherry.
It was so weird. I had it in my mouth for like 10 minutes. Me too.
And then I was all like, he wouldn't stop talking. And so I just had the cherry in my mouth, like the pit, like in my tongue. And I was like,
yeah. And then the pit got dry. Yeah. I had no more saliva. And
I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of like spit it out and put it in my hand.
Yeah. And then I saw he was carrying pits.
It was like, oh, you want me to shake your hand, bro? You're nasty.
Actually, I'm glad we didn't shake his hand. I'm glad he only fist bumped us.
Yeah. Okay. So after that, shoot, what was it? Oh, we were talking about podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, what do you do for fun? And what did I said, how did we get to the conversation of podcasts?
I don't remember, but you were like,
oh, I love podcasts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I love podcasts. And he was like, oh, what kind of podcasts do you listen
She's
to?
like Christian ones.
And this is, in my head, I'm like, this is the perfect time to
We were about to say we were lesbians on a date.
dude, oh my god, okay. So he comes up to us the first time, and I'm like, he leaves, right? So she and I started we went to the ocean, and I was like, Destiny, I'm scared. I don't want him to come up to me. I don't have a boy. What do I say? What do I say? And so we were coming up with different excuses. At first, I was like, just say you have a boyfriend. But I'm like, what if he asks for pictures? I have no guys on my phone.
Yeah.
I just have my girlfriends and me and my dog. And I was like, shit, what do I say? Like, do I maybe I'm lesbian. Should I say I'm lesbian? And so we're like, okay, I have to say I'm lesbian. I'm gay, okay? And so we had come up with that. And we're like, okay, I'm gonna say I'm gay. So he comes back the second time with almonds, with cherries. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. But he asks like, oh, what do you do for fun?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I like to listen to podcasts, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, what kind of podcast? Christian podcasts. And I was wearing like my cross necklace.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, I noticed your cross necklace. I was like, yeah. And he was like, so I assume you only date Christian men. And I was like, yeah. And that's when he was like, oh great, because I have a Scandinavian man who's Christian.
You're like, I should set you up.
And I was like, oh, I'm okay. No. Anyway, I was like, no, I'm not going to be dating. What did I tell him? I'm not going to be dating for like 3 more months. I think I said that.
You're like, no,
which
I'm
is
not
true.
dating for a while.
Yeah, which is true. I'm not planning on dating for a while. But it was funny because he kind of gave up, but low key,
he kept going.
He still kept going because he was like, what are you guys doing after? Oh no, I asked, what are you doing after?
Yeah.
And then he was like, it depends. What are you guys up to?
Yeah, he was like, whatever you want.
Yeah. And I was like, bro, I just told you I'm not interested. But yeah, red flag is a persistent man who is cocky, not confident. Because there are a lot of confident men out there that I find very attractive.
Yeah.
That obviously I can't act upon right now because I'm not dating. But if I was dating, I would totally like, if they asked me out, I'm like, yeah, let's go out, you know? Mm-hmm. So, you have another one on mine? I have so many in my head right now. I'm like Magneto, Professor X.
Well, I feel like a general one is like a really, really bad mama's boy.
Oh yeah.
Only because, and
it goes 2 ways.
Yeah. This is, and like I think a son should love his mother.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you should have a great relationship with your mom. Yeah. Both of your parents, if possible. You know.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between like having a good relationship with your mom, and then like
you defending your mom over everybody,
and also like her doing literally every single thing for you, because that becomes an issue, and you could watch it. There's proof on national television,
all over
on
television.
TLC, Mama's Boy, that show, living.
Oh, proof. There's a show.
There's a show, living proof.
Oh shit.
That these men are way too close to their moms, sometimes weirdly close to their moms, and
it's because the moms are in love with their sons.
Yeah, and it's so hard for any woman to live up to that, or to be fully accepted into a family. Yeah, because the mom's all like,
I think I saw take care of them. Like there are so many episodes on TLC where like the girl meets the mom. Yeah, and mom's obviously, you know, she's rude and she's not welcoming to the girl, and it's sad. But I agree. But also, I feel like the total opposite if he hates his mom.
Oh yeah. No.
If
definitely
he hates his mother and he absolutely mama's boy, and are there just 2 extremes? Yeah, mama's boy and hates his mother.
Yeah, there has to be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
there has to be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, more like love your mom and have a good relationship with her. I'm not saying that she helps you. Okay, that's fine. You know, like, but there's just a difference.
Yeah, and also like at some point you always choose your wife. You choose your wife over your family. I mean, your past family. So yeah. Another one of mine, and this is big, for me specifically. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but for me, he absolutely, if he doesn't go to the gym, for me, because not only like physically for me, it does. I don't really care for physically. Like, you don't have to be buff or like toned or whatever. But for me, if you go to the gym, it shows me that you're disciplined. You have, you know how to sacrifice your time. You know time management. Like what I used to do, because me and my brother were talking about like our episode for today about red flags. I was like, oh, I think I'm going to talk about how guys don't like. One of them is when they don't go to the gym, and he was like, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. And I was like, why do you say that? And he's like, I think there's a lot of people who can be disciplined and whatever, but don't have to go to the gym. But then I was like, yeah, but also, like, let's say you work 12 and a half. Hold on. There. Let's say you work like 12 hours, because I used to work 12-hour shifts. I would go straight to Muay Thai training. That was like during my fight camp. So it's like you choose what's most important to you, but also like I know there's something about like working towards yourself physically that is just so attractive to me because it shows that you have discipline, you know how to sacrifice, you have self-respect. I don't know. Like I think that's just so attractive in a man. So if you don't go to the gym, like there's a couple guys at my work like really don't like going to the gym, and they're cute, but I don't. Mm-mm. Yeah, literally.
I wouldn't say that's one for me, but
For me, yeah.
because I think I would agree with JPS a little bit that you can be disciplined in other things.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know.
That's true. But also, like, again, to rebuttal that, me personally, I just think, yeah, you can have a busy schedule, but you can still find time 1 hour to do something. You don't even have to go to the gym, weightlifting, run,
Yeah.
like right outside. But that's just me. Also, personality wise, I was thinking about this yesterday at work because there are a lot of cute guys at my work. I have crushes on all the ER techs. If you guys find I haven't told them about the podcast. If you guys find the podcast and you find me talking about you,
no, you don't. No, you didn't.
The ER text? No, I'm just kidding. I'm very attracted to them, but Loki, they're not like the most handsome guys, but they have personalities.
You like a little ugly.
I love it. No, I've always said this. I've always said this.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
They have to be a little ugly. They have to. No, I love them a little ugly. You know why? One, they're humble.
Not always.
Two,
wait, not always.
Okay, well, two, they were probably ugly when they were younger, and that made them develop it have a personality. And a couple of the ugly ones, they have the best personalities. Like they're sarcastic. Yes, the banter.
I think just a little side tangent. I think it's a little bit of a misconception that if they're a little ugly, that they're not, that they're humble, or like that they realize that like they'll be like, oh my gosh, she's like so hot. Like she's so wonderful. She's so beautiful. Like how did I get her?
Yeah.
Sometimes
my ex.
That's a great. I'm sorry, but that's a great example. And also, sometimes it makes them a little too big for their britches once they get you.
Yeah,
and then they're like, "Oh my gosh,
that's bitch."
Exactly, and that's why
my ex.
Really quickly, that is why you will see like beautiful girls with like kind of ugly guys get cheated on, and what they cheat on with, like the woman that they cheat with, is always a downgrade.
Yeah. Thank you.
Also, it makes them insecure.
Yeah. Well, they are insecure.
Yeah.
Because they know they're with a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to cuss anymore. I'm trying my best not to curse anymore. But yeah, I changed my stance. They're not that humble. Most of them are, because they know they're a little ugly.
Yeah.
But it's honestly, if they get with a hot girl, their ego skyrockets.
Exactly.
That's what happened to my ex.
Yeah.
I'm not saying which ex, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to have, because a good personality will always out-trump attractiveness.
Oh, definitely.
Because there was this guy that I was talking to not a while back, like before everybody else, who was really attractive. Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's debatable, but okay, I see.
Okay,
yeah.
So, but like conventionally, he's attractive. My dad thinks he's pretty attractive. He was like, he's handsome. He's a handsome guy. Yeah, he's a handsome guy. Anyway, people. my dad thinks he's pretty attractive. My dad thinks he's attractive. Okay, anyway. All right. So he's really attractive. And growing up, me and Faye were talking about it yesterday because I was at her house yesterday. We were talking about him. And like, yeah, Faye had a crush on him when we were younger.
Uh-huh.
And he was like a really attractive guy. And when I started dating him, or like we went on a couple dates, I found out he was the most boring guy.
Oh yeah, it's because they don't need personality.
Yeah.
They have pretty privilege.
Yeah.
So
They didn't
everything
have to
just
work.
comes. Yeah, everything comes easy to them.
Yeah.
So they have no need to develop like
But
a
there's
sense
like
of humor,
no substance
or like banter.
Yeah.
Like there's absolutely it's not a requirement for them.
There's no substance, and it's not sustainable because
It's not a necessity.
Yeah, it's not in a relationship. It's for me, it's not sustainable, and like we recently like I got in contact with him. We didn't really talk like a relationship wise, but we were just catching up.
Yeah.
And he, still attractive, I guess. I haven't seen him like in person, but he was just like a little no personality wise.
So dry.
Still a little dry.
Still dry.
I mean, he's nice. He's nice. Like I wish him well, but but a little dry. But that's why I say like personality goes so far.
Oh no, definitely.
Because there are guys that like I said, the ear techs, and that's attractive, but they're so funny. They're so funny.
I'm just like a big thing.
I'm just laughing my ass off the whole time. And then like when they flirt with like sarcasm. Love that. I love that. I was telling Destiny a couple weeks ago. Was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Actually, I'm starting to love being single.
Oh yeah.
I'm starting to love being single because the opportunities are endless. Like even though I'm not dating right now, I think I'm getting my groove back because people be asking for my numbers a lot and people be calling me beautiful. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm starting to glow again. I'm starting to get more,
Yeah.
So, and I actually don't hate men this time.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
There's actual healing.
I'm healing. At this point, I'm glowing and I like men right now. But I have willpower not to date anyone. Yeah. Yeah, so that was one of my other red flags.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I have another one.
You know what? Well, I mentioned one earlier that was very pointed, very specific, right before we started filming.
What?
Not wanting kids till you're 40.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I only say that because of one person. When I was talking to him.
Yeah.
You know who?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were like, oh, talking about kids because the subject is broached. I just think it's unrealistic. Yeah. Is my point, because it's like, okay, yeah, I was younger than him.
Yeah.
But in reality, if you think about it, in general, I mean, women can have kids when they're 40, but like as someone who studies biology, and who, I mean, you could understand, like the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Right. And the PA that I work with and I were talking about this, and it's like, because once you become a geriatric pregnancy, the risks are higher.
Yeah.
So it's like, sir, if you really
35 is advanced maternal age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, so I asked him, I go, if you're 40, how old do you expect your wife to be?
Yeah.
When she has kids? Do you know the risks?
Right.
I don't know.
A favor.
I think not having a life plan.
Closer to me.
Yeah.
I just realized.
Maybe that could be generalized as like not having a life plan. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you want? What do you want?
There was this guy,
as a family.
There was this guy that this should have been the red flag that like ended it all. But obviously I continued it for a couple of years. Uh-oh. But I asked my ex when we were first started dating. We were just talking. We weren't even like dating or anything. I just wanted to know, like, get to know him. And I was like, "Oh, what's your 5-year plan?" And he responded in like a nice way. Like he was realistic, but that should have been my cue, like, oh, okay, like he has no plans. But he responded with, I just want a roof over my head, clothes on my back, which is good. Like he's a very simple man. That's all he wanted.
Yeah.
But me personally, I can't have that.
Because you like ambition.
Yeah. I need ambition.
Yeah, ambition is.
I mean, it was good that he had that goal of like making sure he has a roof over his head, clothes on his back, food to eat. But like 5 years down the line, I mean, I don't know. You can still do the same thing with working at a paycheck to paycheck type of job.
Yeah.
And I that should have been my first red flag with him. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I think just like a general life plan.
Yeah.
Because like, if you don't know, not knowing what you want That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
As someone, especially as someone who I have always known what I want. Like, even probably before I should have.
Yeah.
You know? But I would tell my cousin, I'd be like, I need someone right now because I want to be pregnant by this age. Yeah. I want a baby around this age. You know, I want to be pregnant around this age. That way I could have like 2, maybe 3 kids by this age. And then like there's less risk factors and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I need to meet him yesterday.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So not knowing what you want.
I think that like comes in with like, I think that comes in with being maturing as a man.
Yeah.
Because one of the manly attributes that should be instilled within you is knowing what you want and having a plan. I think that's a manly thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Knowing what you want. Because a person that doesn't know what he wants, I'm sorry. Like I don't see you manly.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your other one?
EDM.
You know what? Like in EDM?
When he listens to EDM.
That's so fair. That's so I can't agree more.
Yeah. When a guy
I'm sorry. If you're a raver,
if you go to those if you pay like $200-$300,
if you go to Outside Lands,
what's that?
It's a rave festival.
Ew. If I've never been to one, you've never been.
I've never been to one.
I don't ever plan.
You do that stupid friendship bracelet
and then kiss afterwards. Fudge that. That shit is so stupid. And if you're one of them, please stop, or you will get COVID. You will get COVID and die.
Too many drugs, probably.
No, I just think like if you like that music, I can't. I think it's so gross.
It's buffering.
Idiot. There is this. There is this security guard at my work, and he's like, he's got to be like 50s, mid-50s.
Does he like EDM?
Okay, hold on. He has a son. He's nice. He's really nice. He flirts with me. You know it's.
Oh.
Okay, so a lot of my coworkers. Oh my gosh, I have a story to tell you. I don't think I've told you. We haven't seen each other a hot minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not talking about. There's another guy, which I'll go on later. But one of the security guards, he has a son around my age, and I was like, "Oh, what do you guys do for fun? Whatever." He's like, "We go to EDM concerts," and I was like, "You go with your son to EDM concerts?"
You're joking.
Yeah. You're joking. I'm not. And he goes, and I started making fun of him, and I was like, "Why do you go?" And he was like, at first I thought it was kind of stupid, but then I started liking the music, and I was like, And then he proceeded to tell me that he had this long lost love, and she and I have the same eyes. And he showed me Instagram pictures of her, and I was like, I don't think we look alike at all. And he showed everybody else passing by, like the patients, like, oh, dude, this cat and this girl, like on the phone, look alike. And they're like, no, I don't think so. But he's nice. He's a good security guard. He protects me. Yeah. Yeah. I like a man who's stern. Okay, can I move on? Sorry, that was like off topic. There's this another one of my coworkers who is transport, part of the transport team.
Yeah.
And he's got to be like my mom's age, probably.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's either my mom's age or probably like 5 years younger than her. So how old is my mom?
58?
58?
Yeah, because her mom's older.
She's probably 53. He's probably like around mid-50s, right? Okay. Mid-50s. And
I like how I know your mom's age.
I was like 60. That's my dad.
Your poor mom.
That's my dad. So this guy, he was one of the transport guys, and he's mainly in the ER, and I've been in the ER the past couple of days. I've been floated there, and I was like sitter the other day, or like the past couple of days, and he comes to visit me to talk to me, like they always do. They like to, whenever I sit, they like to visit me. I'm like, hi boys. Okay, anyway, so he comes up to me. Mind you, this is like the third week of this guy coming up to me, and I don't know his name. And he talks to me like we talk to each other like, oh yeah, hey, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like we've had this conversation before. I still don't know his name. He knows my name. I don't know his.
I love that.
It's very embarrassing. And now it's like too embarrassing, too awkward to ask him.
Yeah, it's too late to ask.
It's too late. And so
He
I
doesn't
asked.
have a name tag?
I asked. They do, but they're like his was always turned around. And like I asked the other ER guys if they know him, and they don't know him. Wow. They don't know his name. Like they know his face, but not his name. But anyway, he so during my lunch break, after I eat lunch, I like to get my steps in, and I like to walk around the hospital building. And I was over out there walking. Okay, I'm sorry. Backtrack. So whenever I'm in the ER, he always like, oh, I need a Filipina in my life. Filipina's great. And I absolutely like, oh, no. Like, you don't need a Filipina. You can get that in Mexico, whatever. Mexico? You can find a good caregiver. Anyway, so he always makes like little comments that he's attracted to me, like he's interested in me. And I'm like, I always like kind of shut it down. I'm like, no, you know. So I'm over here walking on my lunch break, and I like on my path, he's there sitting. And I was like, oh, are you done with your lunch? I'm like passing by him, like, oh, are you done with your lunch break? He's like, no, I'm about to clock out in about 15 minutes. Where are you headed? And I was like, damn it. I'm like, oh, I'm just walking around the building. And he was like, let a brother come and walk with you. And I was like, okay. So, no, he's nice though. He's nice. I gotta be honest, he's nice. But I'm like, bro, I'm not. I have told him I'm not like looking for anything. I'm not attracted. So he's like, yeah, I've got Filipino friends. I'm super diverse. I don't care. You know, if you're black, white, yellow, brown, I'm interested in it all, you know? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what kind of music do you listen to? And I was like, oh, I like a lot of like, you know, Isley Brothers, and also like R&B, soul, funk, all that stuff. And he's like, oh, we like the same music. I make music. When you go to the beaches, I bring out my DJ set, and he brings the music.
He's the guy banging on the.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. He's like, oh, okay, so we like the same music. You should come over to my crib one day. I live in Inglewood. And I was like,
red flag.
I was like, Inglewood.
I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
Inglewood, always up to no good. And so I was like, no, that's okay. And I'm like, this whole time, this walk around the building is probably like a 10-minute walk, right? So I'm like, fuck, dude, there's like 7 minutes left. And then we start talking more. He keeps flirting. I keep trying to, I'm like, bro, no. And he talks about his daughter. And I'm like, oh my God, his daughter has to be my age. Like in my head, I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity to like shut it down more. And he's like, yeah, my daughter, she's in pageants and all that. And she's in Colorado right now trying to do whatever. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. How old is your daughter? And he's like, she's 25. And I was like, perfect. Yes. I was like, oh, she's younger than me. Oh, she's older than me. And he's like, oh yeah? Damn. You know what my daughter says? My daughter doesn't care how young I date. He's like, as long as you're happy, Pop. I'm like, damn it. That didn't work.
First off, I highly doubt that.
And I was like, okay, my break time is over. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to Miami this weekend. I'm going to Ensenada this weekend. You should come with one of these days. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't have my passport. I do have my passport. No, I don't have my passport. I'm okay. He's like, all right, little lady, I'll see you later. And he gives me a hug, and he like goes down. I'm like, don't touch me. Anyway, I like going to the ER to see the techs, but not the transport team. Yes. Do you have another red flag?
Do I have another red flag? This is why I should have prepared notes.
I know. I don't know if I do. If I have any more. I guess a man that
I'm sorry, I thought one.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
If you dated this man, hold on, just in general, if you have dated a man, proposal time comes.
Yeah.
And he does not get down on a knee.
Oh, he proposes like standing up?
Standing up across the table.
Oh, yeah.
Red flag. I tell my mother. She's all like, your dad proposed to me across. Red flag.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
How did he propose?
They were at a restaurant. It's closed now.
Yeah.
And he popped the question. And I go,
that sucks.
So he proposed
she deserves better.
Across the table? And she goes, yeah. And I go, what kind of freaking proposal is that?
Yeah.
You mean he didn't lower himself onto one knee, say, "Will you marry me?"
Yeah.
Because he should be so lucky.
Yeah.
Red flag.
I agree. Well, you won't know he's a red flag until
Yeah, that's just one.
you're at the engagement time.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
I mean, if he hasn't had any red flags up until that point, then girl, you know you gotta run.
It's true. Like you won't know that red flag up until a couple years. I don't know. Some people get married. Like
some people get
engaged.
Yeah, some people get engaged fast.
But when you know, you know. Okay, red flag. A guy who can't clean.
Oh.
A guy who cannot clean.
That's fair.
My mother raised all of us to. Don't pay attention to my room, but I do be cleaning it. But my mother, I mean, you can tell like my house is pretty clean.
Yeah.
She raised all of us, me and my two brothers. If you see JPS's room is pretty clean most of the time. Josh's room too. Like sometimes, like when mental health gets in the way, obviously not. But a man who knows how to clean, like my brother, he knows like
he was washing dishes
always
earlier.
Do baking soda. Always do this. This is how you clean your bathroom. My brother cleans his bathroom once a week, and like I think that's so important in a man because it shows cleanliness. And again, it shows your discipline. Like, oh, I don't want to clean the bathroom. All right, I guess I got to clean the bathroom. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. A man who knows how to like clean his room. I think that's so important. Yeah. Another red flag? Bad credit score.
Honda Civic.
Honda Civic and bad credit score. All of my
if they have both in one, if they drive a Honda Civic and they have a bad credit score, oh my gosh.
All of my horrible exes have all driven a Honda Civic. And I hate Honda Civics. This is Honda Civic slander. I hate you guys. You deserve COVID. You deserve COVID. Because you guys either drive way too slow, way too fast. You drive like assholes. You cut me off. And you cut me off and you drive slower than me. And then when I get around you, I don't know, I'm a pretty fast driver. Or like I like to get there before the time. I try to beat my GPS.
Yeah.
But Honda Civics get in the way.
Yeah.
And you know what's also I was telling my older brother, we were leaving the gym today, and you know what the new Priuses are? Teslas. I don't know what came out because Teslas used to be fast. Like all the Tesla drivers used to be fast.
Yeah, but no, they're terrible.
As of recently,
it must just be an electric car thing.
I think so because as of recent, I think all of the Prius drivers went to Tesla.
Probably
because they're so slow now and they don't know how to drive.
Yeah,
like,
I still don't like Prius drivers.
Honda Civics also don't signal. I hate you guys still. But they don't know how to signal. Mm-hmm. They like merge into lanes way too slow. Like it takes a whole business day for them to go from here to there.
Yeah,
and yeah.
I don't trust a guy who drives a Honda Civic.
Yeah, I don't either. That's like the biggest red flag.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
What?
You know the guy that I was just talking about, the one with no personality? He drove a Honda Civic.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
The one who wanted to wait till 40 to have kids drove a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
So glad I didn't get in that Honda Civic.
Yeah. I'm like,
that would have ended badly.
Why are you trying to save money for your car?
And you know what? You know what's so funny? What? You know what's so funny too? Now that memory unlocked.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were talking about cars. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, what's your dream car? He goes, the car I have now. Your dream car is a Honda Civic?
Yeah, it's a red flag.
You don't want a better car
I don't like
than a Honda Civic?
You know, my ex's best friend, who I am not a big... He was like such a bad influence to my ex.
Did he drive a Honda Civic?
He drove one of those Honda Civics that were all decked out like racing cars.
Like modified?
Yeah, modded. They were like modded and they had like fucking whatchamacallit pipes coming out.
That's what I'm talking about.
Had stickers and shit. And
if you're...
he was a whore. And you know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? When my ex and I were together, we would go out with him, like the three of us. And he would always talk about, like, there was this one girl from, that he started dating, who was in nursing school. And he was like, they broke up. She broke up with him. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no wonder, bro. You're a fucking asshole. Like, you're a dick. And he was like, I don't know what happened. I just tell her some of these things. These females. I'm like, when you hear the word female, do I call you guys males? I will start calling you males at this point. If you keep calling females, I'm like, bro, we're not dogs. At first, I'm like, I don't care, but I like it sounds derogatory at this point.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was like, I don't get it. I just say whatever. He was stupid too. He was like
You could tell.
he was like an idiot. Like they were obviously my ex's best friend. He was like one of the golf guys, and like he smoked weed all day and all that and whatnot. And so horrible influence. But he was like, I don't know what happened. She's such a classy woman. I'm like, no wonder.
Yeah. She wanted to stay classy.
She wanted to stay classy. And don't get me wrong, I think he was pretty attractive, like facial wise, whatever. Like, but overall, I'm like, bro, and he kind of like let himself go. Like he gained a lot of weight because of all the alcohol and the weed and all that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would tell my ex, I'm like, bro, like look at him. Yeah. Why do you want to stay with? Because I think you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Mm-hmm. And if you hang around with a bunch of guys who have no ambition, stoners, alcoholics. Oh, another red flag. Alcoholics. Trust me. I know.
She does know.
Trust me. Alcoholics are huge red flags. That's one thing. If you tell me, like, there's this one of my coworkers, I think he was pretty cute too, but he was like telling me that he spent a night out in Santa Monica with his other coworkers. And he was like, oh, I got so drunk. I got home at 6:30. I find that, like, if you can't handle your alcohol, like, responsibly, I just know, like, it will get worse. Yeah. It will get worse. Because coming from literal experience for multiple years, it has gone worse. I've dated 3 alcoholics, and 3 of those relationships have ended due to alcoholism and no ambition.
That's one of the things I will say I love about my fiance. He's not really a drinker.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
And I like it because, like, well, you know, I don't really get crazy when I drink. Yeah. But I love it because, one, I feel like it gives me, like, okay, one of us is going to be safe. Yeah. You know, like, he'll be, like, settle everything the overseer, down. You know, like, he'll be like, okay, he'll be the dad. Yeah. You know, for the night. Yeah. But also, it's just, like, I love it because I don't have to take care of him. Yeah. And, you know, and it shows that he's responsible enough. And usually that means he's DD. Yeah.
I can't have another alcoholic in my life.
No.
Like, that's a huge red flag.
No.
If you can't, like, handle your alcoholism and you're, like, 30, 28, you're at the ages of 26 and beyond, you can't handle your alcoholism.
Now, if you have, like, a drink, maybe 2 here and there, but you can handle yourself, like, you're not getting crazy. Yeah. And you don't do it all the time.
A guy that's sloppy is sloppy.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're not drinking, like, every day. Yeah. Like, if you and your friends go out, like, maybe once a month and you're like, okay, I have a drink or 2. Yeah. And it's like, okay. Yeah. Or if you want to have, like, a beer once in a while.
You're a drink with the boys.
Yeah. That's fine. But it's like.
But if you get sloppy, you imagine a guy that's sloppy, that's disgusting to me. I'm sorry. If you think a girl is very unattractive and classless when she's drunk, which was me, like, before, not anymore. What makes you think that we don't find
the opposite?
The opposite. Yeah. Because we think men who are sloppy, classless,
no good.
Because we need a man who takes care of us. Exactly. You think we want to take care of you when you're all fucking gross on the bed? No. That shit is so. I think that is so. I can't. Yeah. No, I think that's my biggest thing because God, you know how God will keep giving me the same lesson? I think my lesson is alcoholics. I think so. My lesson is alcoholics. Because all of them are alcoholics. And I guess I haven't learned my lesson because God keeps bringing them back to me.
Maybe that's the first question you need to ask. Or how often do you drink? How many drinks? When do you drink? How can you handle your alcohol? Would you consider yourself an alcoholic? If they say no, be
like 5 questions. Put a finger down. Put a finger down.
If they say, oh no, I can handle my liquor. Now tell me the real answer. Can you handle your liquor?
Put a finger down if you can handle your liquor. All right, good job, buddy. Put a finger down if you can only drink 2 a night. All right, good job. Yeah, I can't. No. I can't because it shows your level of maturity.
No more alcohol.
If you think like that's like, bro, you're not 21 anymore. No. I'm sorry. You have like 5 years to drink. Which kind of sucks because I felt like that's why I would drink like whenever we would have parties, I would get really like sloppy because I'm like, oh my gosh, I couldn't drink until I was 21. I need to do this because I lived like pretty protected, and then until my parents like loosened the reins a little bit. But like, you know how my cousins are pretty much like party cousins. They were drinking like 14, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've always wanted to be like them, and they've had all this time to party, and I'm like, damn, I only have like 4 or 5 years. So that's why I always was like really sloppy. But I've changed. I'm not like that
now
anymore.
We limit her.
Yeah, because at her birthday party, I didn't get.
You didn't get drunk.
No.
No.
Yeah, I was fine.
That's true. You were like a little buzz.
I literally was reading my Bible that night.
You
we came home.
Some of my other friends were more drunk than you.
We came. I
was more drunk than you.
Which is surprising because I'm always the drunkest in the room.
It's true.
But I had my Bible that night. I had my Bible open to Ecclesiastes. Coming home from the club, and I was like, okay. Actually, I think it was First Peter. But yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
Because I don't do that anymore because I saw how sloppy I was. Yeah. And if I'm drunk and you're drunk, who's going to take care of us?
It's usually left up to me. At least if I'm there.
My birthday party a couple years ago. It was at my house here. Do you see this? The floor? I don't think you see it.
She was right here.
Vomiting.
On the floor vomiting. I was holding the trash bag. We moved
I was screaming for her.
We moved to the bathroom. She tells me to marry Chris Evans. I'm like, sorry, can't do that. And then she vomits more.
Well, meanwhile, my boyfriend at the time, we were
arguing, and then he passes out on the couch. On this couch. Take a moment of silence.
But he was drunk too. And I think I'm going to bring this up. My birthday last year. Yeah, my birthday last year was so much fun because I had my old teammates there. We were at the beach, and that was such a good time. That was one of my favorite birthdays.
That Faye and I planned.
Yeah, one of my favorite birthdays. But the day before was the brunch. Okay, fun fact: they cut me off after one mimosa. We went for bottomless mimosas.
She only had one.
I had not even one. I had half, and the server was like, I won't give you any until you can eat some food, okay?
You know, I don't even think I had a mimosa that day.
Really? No, I don't think you did either.
Yeah.
So I got cut off after one. I was drunk out of my mind. I was trying to like touch everybody's face. It was not good. Yeah. Not good. But anyway, my boyfriend at the time, we hopped into his car, and his car is like his prized possession, you know, like loved his car.
Yeah.
And obviously it was my birthday. I was so drunk, like blackout drunk, right?
So drunk.
I was literally so drunk. And he starts screaming at me in the car. And first of all, I'm like hovering over the seat, like the car seat. I'm like this the whole time, like trying to keep myself together, you know? And he's like, you fucking bitch, blah, blah, blah. Why do you always get fucking drunk? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, it's my birthday. And I'm over here trying not to throw up in his car. And I'm like, wait, I'm so drunk. And he's driving like a maniac trying to get me home. I'm like, why are you driving so crazy? And I'm over here trying to curse him out, but I'm too drunk to curse him out. And he's like cursing me out. It was not a good relationship.
No.
I mean, at that time. That's when things started going downhill.
Yeah.
But that's when the resentment started piling up. But then I was like, why are you yelling at me? I hate you. And I would tell him, I was like, when we get home, I'm breaking up with you. I had a bag in the car. I threw up in his car. And I was like, you deserve that. And then we got to my house. Obviously, my mom was pissed off at me.
Yeah.
Because my ex was like, she got too drunk. And I was like, Ma, he was cursing me out in the car. I ended up throwing up like so many times in my bathroom. But red flag if he can't handle you when you're drunk.
Yeah, that's a red flag too.
If he cannot handle you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And he's cursing you out. A man that curses you out. A man who curses. I'm sorry. Huge red flag.
Oh yeah. A man who demeans you, talks down to you.
A man who curses.
Calls you out of your name.
Yeah.
When you're arguing.
That's huge
cusses
red flag.
you out.
Huge red flag.
I'm sorry, sir. If you can't
handle your words
handle your words and your temper
and emotions, and you're not temperamental, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, if you're super angry and you feel the need to do that,
Yeah,
take a step back.
and I need a man.
Take a walk.
I need a man who knows how to collect himself.
Yeah.
Because he won't curse me out. I'm like, bro, what the? I'm drunk right now. What are you doing, like cursing me out in your car and like swerving and like I'm about to throw up and you're doing lefts and rights and playing like R1 speed racing or whatever, Super Mario Kart. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You have any more red flags?
No,
I think today was cute, a fun episode. Today was like super lighthearted.
Yeah, a little red flag, a little story times, a little catching up
After the past 3 weeks.
I know. Sorry it took us so long, guys.
Yeah, we've just been working. We've just been busy.
Yeah.
I still haven't started school yet. I thought I was supposed to start last week. Anyway, it was so good to see you.
It was nice. It was nice.
We'll see you next week.
Yes.
Videos will probably be posted like another time this week then. And yeah. Have a great week, y'all, and have a wonderful day.
Bye.